Apocalypse and then Metropolis.
That works.
Oh yeah, but I should really just be able to say the names. Alrighty. Spawning at the 6 o'clock position as the red Zerg, we have Altezza, and his opponent spawning at the 3 o'clock position as the orange Terran. No nose turn, but just TUXPenguin on the zoom. Alright.
So yeah, this is a revenge match, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting to see if we have a similar results as last time.
I wonder if Altezza will be utilizing that hive tech, or whether TUXPenguin is going to be going into another game style, or another build, I should say.
Will we see the Penguin build again?
If I was betting, I would say yes, but therefore he would do something entirely different just because I decided to bet. Standard Overlord scouting. There's not really a lot to say in the early game, but other than these players are actually playing in the same room, so in between those game times they have been able to see what each other is doing. They have an idea of how the other one's games are going. Stay with the extractor trick as always. Altezza never switching. Decent amount of Zergs actually, just doing well. ZVT seems to be the name of the day, really.
Yeah, it's sad not to see the Protoss representing, but what can you do?
We have Tux Life as our Protoss so hero for the day.
We can see a ZVZ final, or more ZVT.
ZVZ final is actually Iggy was saying, he's like, I gotta stay away from them Zergs, man.
That's a tough matchup.
All mirror matchups end up going on like a razor blade type deal.
Yeah, like you can be really skilled, but there is still a fair bit of luck in the mirror matchup because there's a lot of guessing. Oh yeah, and if you miss control once, you're gonna have an issue. Yeah. You're like, oh, that was I missed one Baneling hit, and that was pretty much game. So yeah, Penguin definitely going for the Penguin build yet again. Overlord scouting for any sort of potential bunkers, but everything's going to be progressing as normal. Nice and standard.
Alright,
so first, gas into expansion.
Having seen these players play 5 games before, do you think that we're... who's your best bet? Who's your guess? Who's going to be taking it?
I think Penguin's going to take it. He played a lot better in his second best of 5 than his first. He definitely shook off those nerves and just got into like a refined style. He's using the same builds every time, which is pretty good if you want to just be nice and efficient. If they're working for you, keep it up.
It's a smart way to go through a qualifier too, because you know you're going to have to be playing a lot of games against a lot of players. It's actually probably convenient for him that we're back to a best of 3 series as opposed to a best of 5, because generally, maybe not in 2 games, but in 5 games, your opponent definitely realizes what build you're doing.
Yeah, it's true. In the best of 3, you can kind of throw in that one crazy build and hope for the win.
No player has gone for these crazy builds other than Tux Life with his Mothership Rush.
Yeah.
I want to see...
Well, we saw the bunker contain in the first series.
Oh yeah, this is very true. None of that going to be happening again. I think you got a little bit worried at that game. He was like, oh my god, I'm not moving out to line max with mech. Forget this.
Yeah, no one's going to fall for that twice.
I think he should... I wanted to see some 2-raxing, man. That's stuff awesome.
Yeah, no. Hellion expand like before.
Yep. Altezza does see it, so he'll be getting down his Spinecrawler, going up to 4 queens. Third base is very difficult on this map. Well, not very difficult. That's a bold-faced lie.
Just a little more difficult because you don't.
Yeah, you got to do a little bit more traveling. But Altezza, fan of the 2-hatch Muta build, kind of really fallen out of style. But it does deal well with drops, which is actually the main problem of that Infestor style. And as we've seen, actually that might have been the difference, is that TUXPenguin relies on those drops to pin his opponent back, and then having not really played against Mutalisk very recently, he's just like, oh my god, what do I do? I can't be dropping all the time.
That is a good point. He did very well against the Infestor style enemies, but not so well against Mutalisks. Although he did win in the end.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't as convincing a win.
I guess that just really comes down to you're good at what you practice.
Yeah.
It's not really surprising with anything. A lot of people think that as long as you have some good builds that you're fine, but you do really need to practice. Again, all 4 gas coming down. Oh no, 3 gas. 3 gas at 40 supply. This is reminiscent of the Ice Pitcher. Oh, no. Oh yeah, going back to mine. Thought we might be seeing a 4th extractor, so I would expect to see a Roach Warren coming down now. Macro hatchery, not bad, not bad. Not mining gas, although he did decide to take them. And there's the 4th. All right.
I'm telling you, this guy can hear you.
I think another issue, I think maybe after watching those Eki games, he's like, I want my main creeped up. He's like, I know this guy's going to be dropping a lot. It's going to be difficult. It's going to probably, only getting 5 Hellions. Normally he gets 6. It'll actually be interesting to see if these players make it to the qualifier. We'll know their strategies. We've seen them play. We've seen how they're doing. Oh, very nice. Now this is how you deal with Hellions.
Yeah, it's a nice wall off.
Oh,
very nice wall off.
Alright, not Microing a little bit slow off the gun, but he's still totally fine. Not having built any units, I believe.
Yep. Just to protect both those tumors he just placed.
Yep. One, if he spreads creep here, and to here, and then to here, it's actually fantastic, and you can keep this. You can actually, you don't always need to spread creep forward as Zerg. A lot of players say, like, I want to push my creep out. You can push your creep out by getting it around. Nice cancel.
I like that.
Very nice to see. Spreading it a little bit further back, and there's the scan. Definitely going to be killing that creep tumor, but not too much of a worry. +1 Zergling speed as well as the Baneling Nest coming down for a Zerg. These things could be working on these rocks. Nice to see. All right, I think both players are starting to play a little bit better.
Yep,
nice to see using the splash damage from this one to kill.
Starport is about to finish. Stim's about to finish.
3rd command center starting to get his upgrades.
See some drops soon, I imagine.
Yep. I'm just, having done the exact same build, I'm really surprised that Zergs have not figured out, like, alright, we know what this is going to happen right now, let's go deal with this. And then Terran having the same thing is like, oh, this guy always opens up 2 base Muta, I could open up Thor.
Yeah.
And if you went Thor Marine or Thor Hellion right now, he is able to go mech, he's shown that he's willing to do it. He can hard counter his opponent blindly by doing 2 factory reactor, or just getting the blue flame Hellion with 1 reactor, and then building 2 Thors with a smattering of Marines, whatever 1 barracks with a reactor produces, and go.
I like that idea too, because if you're going to do 2 base Muta, you're not going to have a lot of Mutas. Like, you really just aren't. And 2 Thors are going to take care of pretty much all the Mutas you're going to muster, and completely nullify them.
Or especially, even if you have all your blue flame Hellions and there's just a couple Mutas running around, you're still able to defend, and with all those blue flame Hellions, the Zerglings will melt, and you can just exact a lot of economic damage against your Zerg. Zerg is doing a counterattack, very awesome to see, and just as Terran goes for a massive drop, there will be 4 Marines to block for now. Tanks coming, no siege mode as of yet. Oh, he's actually just going for a huge sandwich.
All those Hellions, loses them all.
Alright. Now it's good. Oh, smart decision with this drop. He's like, oh dear, I am not willing to deal with that. Checking to make sure his wall is tight. He's not even sure himself. He's like, please. That is a terrible feeling when you're like, alright, I got my wall, I got my wall. Zerg checking for a fast 3rd, which does not exist. Chilling in the main. Thought it was becoming a planetary fortress for a moment. No, what? Oh, that was dangerous, no advised.
Does the tank have siege?
Tank does not have siege, not even started. Can see the Banelings morphing.
Yeah.
And again, with
I like his quick reaction there.
He's like, oh, Banelings, I need a super wall. Let's go. Oh, did he stim? Yeah, he stimmed and used the medevac energy for that. Alright, I think, okay, after you've built the Banelings, then you need to commit. But before then, you're totally fine to do. But does he just have too many Banelings to go?
Yeah, he does.
There's no pre-splitting, and he's just going to melt his opponent's army. If you know that your opponent's going for a Baneling Bust and you have your wall up, still split your Marines, and there's GG.
The quickest TBZ yet.
Yep. Split your Marines, guys. If you know it's coming, just be ready. There's no need not to. Like, I know it's a dangerous and exciting time in the world, but you got to be prepared for those things.